Life versus the world is a concept that helps us focus on life as we try to understand and navigate the world. We use the dichotomy of tool versus vice to help us separate the devices that help us from the devices that hurt us. We created the world in order to make life better. It can be a tool that helps us or a vice that traps us. As we move through the ever-changing and often chaotic world, we must be especially conscious of how we respond to what we are presented with. We can act and make choices based on the experiences we desire and the people we aim to be, regardless of how we feel. Or we can react and allow our circumstances or situations to dictate our choice, thereby reacting to our emotions based on how we feel. Action versus reaction helps us articulate choices we are making in the moment, as well as the outcomes that result from the choice in question. Being antagonized by another person presents us with a test of character. It is easy to thoughtlessly respond to the antagonizing with an emotional outburst as we feel angry, frustrated, threatened, and annoyed when met with disrespect. It is much harder to patiently take a moment to calculate a response to such treatment and think about the most productive way to respond. It may seem like the antagonist is undeserving of an action, but we find that actions yield positive resolves in places where reactions breed chaos. Grocery stores are full of resources so they can be valuable tools. At the same time, they are tempting vices as the shelves are stocked with colorful packaged products that demand our gaze. How often do we go to the grocery store with a list of specific goods that we need, yet leave with 5 times as many products as we planned on purchasing? Actions require discipline. If we act in the grocery store, we will ensure we leave with only what is on our list. If we react to the colors in the maze of shelves, we will leave with a cart full of products that we likely do not need. A series of chain reactions leads to an explosion. The world is massive and largely inescapable, so an explosion in the world leads to damage and destruction. If we want to avoid cleaning up such a mess, we can proactively act rather than mindlessly react. The abundance of technology that exists today presents more distractions to us than we have ever had to respond to, providing us with the great challenge of ensuring that we use the world as a tool. The more we practice discipline, the easier acting becomes. We can create habits that guide our choices. Will our habits be actions that keep us in control, or reactions that subject us to the whims of what happens around us? Combined with other dichotomies, we use action versus reaction to help us understand how we are maintaining life and interacting with